focus in on some trouble that we're tracking in the North County. So this is a 94 in both directions, right at 28th. Top left of your screen is that westbound drive as you make your way through the Golden Hill South Park area, headed towards downtown San Diego. And it is very foggy out there. Look, we're getting reports of a crash on the right shoulder, and this is in Escondido on the 15 South. So this is going to plug things up if, let's say, you're headed anywhere north from Gopher Canyon, south towards Escondido, maybe even towards the San Marcos area. You may run into some light brake tapping. As we take you up to the North County, we're at average speeds for the most part everywhere. Really nice drives in from the East County as well as out of the South Bay to get you across to Coronado, 55-mile-per-hour speeds. Not much happening out of the South Bay. Coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, we'll take a closer look at what your Wednesday travel times have in store. That's all I had. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Coming up here, we're giving away tickets
on the 15 Poway Road. It's usually foggy from this vantage point, but it looks like we're at clear viz on the 15 South right at Poway Road. Let's go ahead and showcase some other cameras. You can see that it gets a little hazy once you get closer to the metro area on the 94. And then this is what it looks like on the 805 as you make your way in from Chula Vista, headed northbound, passing Home Avenue towards North Park. Continue to look out for this crash on the right shoulder. This is in Escondido on the 15 South before you hit the 78. All right, coming up still a little later, we'll take a look at what your Wednesday travel times have in store. That's all I had. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't okay with that, but yeah, hopefully we're cooler by the end of the week. All right, 15 in both directions. Let's go ahead and take you there, and then we'll work our way south. This is right past Poway Road. Meanwhile, this is the drive coming to and from the downtown area as you cruise through Golden Hill in South Park, and then things are starting to slow down as you make your way inbound from Chula Vista National City. This is the 805 once you get past Home Avenue. All right, we have a crash that just came in on the 15 at Miramar Way. This may plug things up for you if, let's say, you're headed from Rancho Bernardo, Rancho Penasquitos towards the Miramar Mesa area, heading towards that 163 connector. And then we have another crash on the 15, this one a little more north near Escondido. This is still blocking the right shoulder on the 15 South right before you get to the 78. So it looks like if you're traveling anywhere south of the 78, you're in pretty good shape. But if, let's say, you're coming in from Gopher Canyon Road or the 76 connector headed southbound, that may slow things down for you this morning. All right, as we go ahead and zoom on into your travel times, as you make your way in from National City and Chula Vista, we're at average speeds of about 67, 70 miles per hour or so. Here's what it looks like coming in from the East County, about 50-mile-per-hour speeds westbound coming in from Santee, about 70, 75 or so in from La Mesa. And then here's what it looks like out of Oceanside and Escondido, steady speeds there. Travel time still in really good shape, all in the green. Out of the North County. And then here is what it looks like out of the East County, 3 to about 8 minutes. Out of the South Bay, Chula Vista National City, 5 and 805, 10 to 15 for you. Back to you guys. 6:30. Let's go ahead and start things off on the 805. This is as you make your way inbound from the South Bay, headed north towards Home Avenue. And then this is the 94, just a little north of that direction, as people travel to and from the Golden Hill and South Park area. I wanted to showcase this camera. This is the 15 at Miramar Way because this is where we're tracking a crash, partially blocking the Miramar off-ramp. This is on the 15 north, so this may slow things down if you're coming inbound from Mira Mesa. We're still tracking this crash, causing some minor slowing. It's on the right shoulder. No lanes are blocked, but this is on the 15 as you make your way towards that 78 connector. Back to you guys. This is on the 15 right before you approach the 78. We have another one on the 15. This is in the Miramar area on the 15. It's on the northbound end, but it could cause a little bit of light brake tapping if you're making your way southbound this morning. And then we're getting reports of a fire under the freeway on the 805, and this is at 47th. This may slow things down as crews get that under control. I want to show you what it looks like on the 805. This is coming in from Chula Vista National City as you make your way northbound, passing Home Avenue this morning. Travel times out of the South Bay starting to build a little bit, 15 to 20 minutes right now on the 5 and the 805, full span of the Coronado Bridge in from downtown under 5 minutes. We're still all in the green at steady speeds in from the North County, and that includes those drives out of Oceanside as well as Escondido and even full span of the 78. If you're coming in from Santee, we're now starting to see some light brake tapping. This is mainly impacting the drive from the 125 connector all the way towards Mast, and then about 3 to 8 minutes on the 94 as well as the 8. Back to you guys. Good morning. Yeah, here's a look at the traffic maps, also indicating where we're seeing the lowest viz, and you can see that it's pretty widespread in the South Bay, just near Palm Avenue, near the 905, where the 5 and the 805 meet. And then we're seeing some yellow pop up on the 15 as you make your way north of Miramar into Mira Mesa, Rancho Bernardo, Rancho Penasquitos. We're tracking a few crashes and also some objects in the lanes. We have tire tread reportedly blocking the slow lane on the 15 at Citricado, and then we saw this crash, which is active in the Miramar area, and that's on the 15 north right at Miramar Way. Back to you guys. And it looks like it is starting to pop up right along the 15. So this may impact travel as you make your way, let's say, south from Poway, headed towards the 163 connector. It looks like we're seeing yellow indicating some dense fog there. We're also seeing it stick around on the 905 in between the 5 and the 805 right near IB in the San Isidro area. All right, we have some issues going on out there. We have reportedly some debris scattered in the right lane. That's also known as the slow lane. This is in Escondido on the 15 north, right at Citricado. And then we're also tracking an accident. This one's been active for quite some time. It's on the northbound end at Miramar Way, but it could cause a little bit of brake tapping. It looks like it's not as of last check, but that's on the 15 north, right at Miramar Way. In fact, here's a live look at that stretch there, and you can see that we're at steady speeds for the most part. Netta. This is the 15 in both directions, right as you make your way in from Poway. On the opposite end, this is from the South Bay as you make your way in from Chula Vista headed towards National City, and you can see for yourself that we're at quite the crawl exiting that neighborhood. Look out for a small brush fire. Crews are working on that on the 805 north at Imperial. That's likely going to cause even more congestion as you make your way out of the South Bay this morning. And then here's what I'm tracking. This is right where Riverside and San Diego counties meet. There is a crash on the right shoulder in Rainbow after Rainbow Valley Road on the 15 south. So look out for that. Our pool, anyways, just so spoiled. The 5 as you exit Chula Vista headed towards National City, passing the 54 connector. We're still tracking this small brush fire that crews are putting out on the 805 north right at Imperial, and then way up in the North County, right where Riverside and San Diego meet. Out of the Temecula area, we have this crash blocking the right shoulder, and this is right at Rainbow Valley Boulevard. So it's causing backup all the way down to the 79. Look out for that. Travel times right now, we are officially in the red, folks. So no lack of slowing out of the South Bay on the 5 and the 805, 25 to 30 minutes. If you're traveling in from the North County headed south, about a 20-minute drive for all of those stretches on the 5, the 15, as well as the 78. And then here's what it looks like as you make your way westbound rather, in from the East County, 7 minutes in from the College neighborhood. But take a look at that. This is typically a 6-minute drive. It's about double that to get you in from Santee. So slow and go on the 52 west, about 20 minutes or so inbound from Lemon Grove as you make your way towards the metro area. Netta.
All right, Vanessa, thank you. I'm so glad
to Jackson Drive. Now, if you're familiar with this stretch, Jackson Drive is a long ways away from where the 8 and the 805 meet, so there's quite the backup as you make your way westbound from the College area to Mission Valley this morning. And we've officially entered the 8 o'clock hour, but that really doesn't mean anything in terms of the slowing. We're still slow and go when it comes to that drive out of Poway, making your way south towards Miramar and Mira Mesa. This is the 5 in both directions. Notice how we're still dealing with a little bit of fog right at East Street as you make your way northbound, headed east towards Chula Vista, coming in from, again, the National City area. Right shoulder, looks like we are still tracking a crash on the 15 right where it intersects with the 76. And then we still have this crash that we're tracking blocking the right shoulder in Mission Valley on the 8 west right where it meets the 805. And you can expect slowing from that incident all the way back to Jackson Drive. Back to you guys. Heavy? I don't know another word for it. Yeah, 8:07 is the time. We're halfway through the week, guys. As we get through your hump day, we are looking at slow drives right now, pretty much across the entire county. So pretty slow and go on the 15. As you pass Poway Road, this is the 5. Earlier, we were bottlenecked as you made your way northbound towards a mile of cars, and we are seeing some improvement, but still a little bit of fog hanging out with us this morning. All right, if you take the 15, listen on in, particularly near the Fallbrook, Rainbow, maybe even Temecula area. We're tracking a crash right where the 15 South meets the 76. And then this is causing quite an, probably a headache for drivers. On the 8 West, right at the 805, we have another crash in Mission Valley, and we are looking at a slowdown from Jackson Drive. So that's quite the crawl because of that incident from La Mesa. Stop and go through the college area all the way towards Marina Boulevard. Back to you guys. The crawl that we are seeing as you make your way inbound from that 805 connector, squeezing through the South Park and Golden Hill area, eventually making your way towards downtown. We're seeing improvement coming in from the South Bay. This is headed northbound as you make your way towards the mile of cars. We're still tracking this crash on the right shoulder in the Paula Mesa area on the 15 South, where it meets the 76. And then we still have this one in Mission Valley on the 8 West right before you get to the 805. Once you get towards the mile of cars. All right, we are still tracking this crash on the right shoulder in Paula Mesa, 15 South, right at Paula Road. And then we still have this one that is causing a bottleneck as you make your way through Mission Valley towards Marina Boulevard. The traffic is actually backed up all the way down to Jackson and the Grossmont Center area. So quite the slowdown. Make sure that you're leaving time for travel if you're headed out the door and got to get somewhere on time this morning. 25 minutes, we're at a crawl in the 5 North in from the 54 up to the 8. And we're also seeing slow drives 35, 40 miles per hour. So in from Oceanside as well as Escondido. Back to you guys.
Still